Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, this is our first meeting, our first lecture on semantics. Semantics, which is a very important scope of linguistics, a very important language component. And you recall that semantics is related to meaning, the meaning of sentences, meaning of phrases, meaning of words, and etc. Semantics even studies the semantic rules of phrases and sentences. It doesn't only focus on the literal meaning of words. Semantics deals with the other types or kinds of meaning of words. In Arabic, when we say the word hand, we know that hand is an organ in human body. But the word yad in Arabic and in English has other associative, cultural, connotative meanings. We say مد ايدك يا ابو فلان means تفضل معانا. مد ايدك لو سمحت مساعدة، اطلب مساعدة. You asking for help. We say له يضع يد في الموضوع. Okay, he is involved in the issue or in the case. يده طويلة في الوزارة, that he has lots of support and so on. So as you see, the word yad in Arabic has lots of associative meaning. We don't mean only its literal meaning. That is the subject matter of semantics, which means علم الدلالة or علم المعاني. So once again, what is semantics? Semantics is the study of the meaning of words, phrases, and sentences, whether the meaning of words in isolation or in relation with other words. Semantics focuses on what the words conventionally mean rather than on what an individual speaker means. We have two types of meaning, denotative meaning and connotative meaning in Arabic. Denotative meaning means المعنى الحرفي الذي يقدمه القاموس، الذي يجده الشخص في القاموس. So denotative meaning is the literal meaning, is the basic meaning of the word that exists in a dictionary. Connotative meaning is the shade meaning, is the extra meaning that speech people community, that people in a specific community add to that literal meaning. So once again, connotative meaning is the additional meaning, is the extra meaning, is the associative meaning that people add to certain words. So in Arabic, we say the word donkey or humar. So the word donkey has negative and positive connotative meanings. We have other types of meaning, that is the conceptual and associative meaning. What is meant by conceptual meaning? Conceptual meaning is the basic meaning of something. If I say the word needle, so the word needles, okay, reminds you of doctors, okay, reminds you of hospital illness. This is the associative meaning. But the conceptual meaning of the word needle, it is, okay, an instrument made of steel that is thin, that has, okay, sharp point, and so on. So conceptual meaning, other call it denotative meaning, covers those basic essential components of meaning that are conveyed by the literal use of a word. So conceptual meaning is similar in meaning to denotative meaning. Denotative meanings, as we said, المعنى الحرفي للكلمة. Some of the basic components of words like needle in English might include thin, sharp steel instrument. So instrument that is made of steel, that is sharp, and that is thin. That is the conceptual meaning of the word needle. Like when we say school, the conceptual meaning of the word school is a building where there are lots of classes, there are teachers, students, desks, banks, secretary, yard, canteen, and so on. But the associative meaning is different. These components would be part of the conceptual meaning of needle. Associative meaning or connotative meaning. So some people do not make a difference between associative meaning and connotative meaning. So different people might have different associations or connotations attached to a word like needle. They might associate it with pain, illness, blood, drugs, treatment, thread, knitting, or hard to find. Well, it's like a needle in oil, a needle in desert, a needle, okay? So people associate different things to the same word, okay? Like when people associate different ideas, different things, for the word school, it means to study very hard, means education, means enjoyment, having a new friendship, having different classmates, having different experiences, and so on. So different people will associate different things to the same word or to the same noun phrase. Now we turn to semantic features. Semantic features represent the basic conceptual components of meaning for any lexical item. Lexical item means a word or a vocabulary item. An individual semantic feature constitutes or forms one component of a word's intention, which is the inherent sense of or concept evoked. Okay, we can then use the idea to describe part of the meaning of words as having either plus or minus that particular feature. Okay, so when we say semantic feature, for example, this cell phone has semantic features. Okay, so it is non-human being. It's an object. It can be adult. It can be non-adult because this is a lifeless object. It doesn't belong to human beings. So it has the feature non-human, non-adult, and so on. Okay, here we have some examples. What is the semantic feature of boy? Not man, not woman, not girl. So the feature that the noun boy has is plus animate. So it is animate, a human being. Okay, it denotes an animate being, a human being, كائن حي. And the feature that the noun hamburger has is minus animate. So it can't be a human being. It doesn't have the feature of animate being. لا يمكن أن تكون كائن حي من البشر. It doesn't donate an animate being. So hamburger, like telephone, like cell phone, and so on. But if I say girl, girl has the feature plus animate. Plus animate. School, it has the feature minus animate. So the dictionary would give such definitions. Some dictionaries. Try to have an illustrative example. Here we have table, horse, boy, man, girl, woman. So table, of course, it doesn't have the feature animate. Horse has the feature animate because it is a being. It's being. Boy, it has the feature animate. Man has the feature animate. Girl has the feature animate. Woman has the feature animate. Okay, let's just do it in detail. So table doesn't have the feature animate, minus a human, minus female, minus adult, because a table can't be adult, can't be female or male, it can't be a human being, and so on. So horse, it has the feature animate, but it doesn't have the feature human, so it is minus a human. Horse, okay, it is male or female? Horse, it is male, so it has minus the feature minus female, and it has the feature adult. Boy, as you see, it has the feature animate, the feature human, but because boy is female, so it doesn't have the feature female. So it is male, it has the feature male. So boy is not adult. So it doesn't have the feature adult, بالغ. Man, it has the feature adult, so unlike boy. So it has the feature animate because it is a human being, animate being, a human, okay, but it doesn't have the feature female. It is male. Girl, it has the feature of animate, it has the feature of a human, it has the feature, okay, of female because girl is female in terms of gender or sex, but it doesn't have the feature adult. Woman, as you see, it has the feature animate, the feature of animate, or it has the feature animate, either way is right. A human, so plus a human, plus female, and plus adult. So it combines all these semantic features, as you see. And now we move to something called semantic rules. What is a semantic rule? Here we are not focusing on the syntactic rule of noun phrases, or on the functional rules of noun phrases, or on the categorical function of the noun phrases. I mean categorical description, functional description. So neither syntactic analysis nor syntactic grammatical analysis are needed. So semantic rule, we have to understand that every element or every phrase in a sentence performs a certain semantic part or semantic rule. If I say Sammy likes fish, so Sammy has a semantic rule to perform in the sentence. Sammy likes fish. Sammy is the subject. But it doesn't do anything because the verb like seems to be passive. It doesn't denote an action. Fish. Okay, fish, it's a kind of fish living in the sea. Sammy is affected. And fish is affecting. It has the affecting role, and Sammy has the affected role. So fish is the affecting power. So Sammy is affected by fish, and so on. So the noun phrases in the sentence describe the rules of entities. Entities means words, such as people and things involved in the action. We can identify a small number of semantic rules, also called thematic rules, for these noun phrases. A semantic rule is the underlying relationship, العلاقة الأساسية that a participant, المشارك, has with the main verb in a clause. I would say Muhammad built a school. So Muhammad is a subject, and it is at the same time a doer of action, the performer of action. But if I say Jack is a teacher, Jack is a subject, but it can't be. It can't be a doer of action. It can't be a performer of action, because here Jack doesn't perform anything. Jack is a teacher. Don't forget this. So here we have two different of subjects. We have the doer of action and agent. Agent and theme. Agent and theme. Agent is the subject, is the one which does something. And theme is the receiver of something. We will get into this inshallah. Agent is the entity that performs the action. So if I say Ahmad likes cats, so Ahmad can't be an agent here. It is a subject, but it can't be an agent. The boy kicked the ball. So the boy is an agent, kicked is the verb, and the ball is the theme. So the boy takes agent rule, theme, the entity that is involved or is affected by the action. So the ball is the theme. Because it is affected by the action, the boy kicked the ball. So what is affected by what the boy did is the ball. So the boy kicked the ball, the boy kicked the chair, kicked the pen. So these entities are the themes. Themed entity that is, okay, so the boy kicked the ball takes theme, or the theme rule. Agents and themes are the most common semantic rules. Although agents are typically human, the boy, they can also be non-human entities. Like when say the lion killed the tiger. That cause action as in noun phrases denoting a natural force. Natural force means non-human being. The wind, a machine, a car, or a creature. So the dog, all of which affect the ball as theme. Okay. The wind moved the table. When I say the wind moved the table, so the wind is a natural force. It's not a human being. It can't be a human being. So the wind is an agent because it caused the table to move. So the table is the theme. The boy kicked the ball. Boy is human. The wind blew the ball away. Wind, it is natural force, and this is an agent. A car ran over the ball. A car ran over the boy. So this is a machine because a car is a kind of machine. The dog caught the ball. So dog is a creature. Now, okay, we are tackling another important issue in semantics: instrument and experiencer. Instruments means الأداة، experiencer الشخص الذي يختبر الشيء أو يختبر. If an agent uses another entity in order to perform an action, that other entity fills the role of instrument. Okay, instrument. He kills him with a knife. He killed him with a knife. So with a knife is instrument that is used to perform an action. The boy cut the rope with an old razor. Okay, so the boy cut the rope with a razor. So razor, okay, is an instrument that is used to cut the rope. You can say a knife, a dagger, and so on. So all these are instruments. Experiencer, okay, when a noun phrase is used to designate يحدد يعين an entity as the person who has a feeling, perception, or a state, it fills the semantic rule of experiencer. Experiencer, the one who experiences something. Here we have an example. The boy feels sad. So the boy is an experiencer because he experiences such feeling. And remember, the boy itself can't be an agent because it doesn't perform anything. So the boy is subject and it is experiencer and it is affected. So the boy feels sad. The experiencer, okay, is the boy. So the boy is the only semantic rule, the boy. And did you hear that noise? You. Did you experience something? Did you hear that noise? So the experiencer is the pronoun you. Did you hear something? Did you hear something? Did you feel something? So that is the experiencer, you. Okay, now we move to something different that relates to the syntactic analysis of a sentence. Location, which means a place. Source and goal. So source and goal. He went from Gaza to Deir al-Balah. He immigrated from Japan to United States in 2000 and so on. So where an entity is on the table, in the room, so location fills the role of location. The cell phone is on the table, so the table is the location, the place of something. Where the entity moves from is the source. From Chicago, okay, from Chicago is the source to the United States, to Texas. So Texas is the goal, or we call this destination. And where it moves to is called the goal, to New Orleans. So, okay, from Cairo to Port Said. So Cairo is the source and Port Said is the goal. From university to school, university is the source and to school is the goal. I would say this plane will fly from London to Cairo. So fly from London to Cairo. London is the source and Cairo is the goal, or you can call this destination. Destination. The location is the airport, remember. George can appear in several different semantic rules. Okay, let's have an example here. Mary saw a fly on the wall. So see, this is the location, on the wall. Mary saw a fly on the wall. Experiencer, she borrowed a magazine from George. Here we have on the wall location, fly, theme. She borrowed a magazine from George. She borrowed, so she is an agent because she performed something. Magazine is the theme. A theme, okay, you can say a magazine was borrowed. From George, that is the source. From George, she borrowed something. She sequenced the bug with the magazine. So agent, sequestered, okay, sequestered is the verb. So the bug is the theme, and with the magazine is instrument. She hit the bug with the paper. She hit the bug. So when I say with the paper is the instrument, this is very easy. The instrument is something that you use to do something or perform an action. She handed the magazine back to George. So she handed the magazine back to George. I mean that she sent or gave the magazine to George, or she gave George a magazine. So back to George is the goal. The magazine is the theme. Okay, that's very easy, hopefully. Lexical relations, of course, you can study words in terms of their lexical relations, and that is very important in the field of teaching and learning languages. Okay, I would say big and small, right and wrong, industrial, natural or artificial, okay, man, woman, wife, husband. All these words have some kind of lexical relation. So what kind of lexical relations between the word big and small? So these are opposites or antonyms. So the relationship between words in terms of their meanings. Number one, synonymy. Synonymy, I would say large and big are synonyms because they have similar meanings. Pass away and die are synonyms because they have the same meaning. Two or more words with very closely related meanings are called synonyms. We don't want to study synonyms in details because we have three types of synonyms. Number one, cognitive synonyms, and then we have near synonyms, and then we have contextual synonyms, but we don't want to study them. You can study these in other courses, inshallah. They can often, though not always, be substituted for each other in sentences. I mean, two words can be used interchangeably. We can say what was his answer or what was his reply with much the same meaning. Examples, almost, nearly are synonyms, big and large, but remember they are not perfect synonyms. They have similar meanings, but they can't be used all the time interchangeably. They are not, freely interchangeable. A broad, wide, I see, the room is broad, the room is wide, but I would say education opened the gate wide for the students to build up their futures, but I can't say that education opens the gate broad. No, I can't say this. Buy and purchase, a cab and taxi, car, automobile or automobile, coach and sofa. Coach and sofa express the same meaning. You cannot say I didn't buy a coach but I bought sofa. So you cannot deny one and affirm the other. Freedom and liberty, all of these words or pairs are synonyms. Okay, answer. Okay, dear students, okay, this is the end of part 1 in semantics. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully, inshallah, we will meet next time. Thank you.